The Chicago Bears have lost 8 straight games, another blowout in the second game of Thomas Brown's interim coaching tenure. They drop a Monday Night Football contest 30-12 in Minneapolis to the Vikings. Bears fall to 4-10. Vikings improve to 12-2. Two teams going in a different direction. Welcome into Bears Now. I'm Harrison Graham. This is our post-game show, and let's just say this off the top. If you're ready for the season to be over already, hit the like button. I mean, if I could hit it twice, 3 times, 100 times, I would. But hit that like button if you're ready for this to be done, because this is just impossible to watch. It really, really is. In all 3 phases. I guess you got a blocked punt when the game was 27-6. Welcome to the team, Dominic Robinson. First time in 3 years since your first game when you beat Trent Williams for 1.5 sacks. You made a play. He blocked a punt when the game was fully out of reach. Offense, once again, starting slow. They actually moved the ball a little in the first half, but strip sacked in plus territory when Karan Amagaji completely whiffed. Got stuffed on a 4th and 1. Didn't get another 4th and 1 earlier in the game as well. They just got whipped in all 3 phases. They really, really did. I actually thought the defense for a lot of this game hung in there. They kind of just ran out of gas late. And this offense right now, if it's not one thing, it's the other. Early in this game, Caleb's not pulling the trigger on open receivers. For whatever reason, he just starts these games slow. I don't know what it is. That continues to be a problem. And then later in the game, he seems to be getting to the rhythm. And then Keenan Allen just is dropping passes left and right. I think he had 4 drops tonight. I mean, it's unbelievable. Rome dropped one in the end zone late in the game. Game's out of reach. I get it. But still, it's been a very up and down season for Caleb Williams. I did not think he was that good tonight. Didn't get a lot of help from his receivers. Easily could have been a 22-23 of 31, but not a great showing for him. Aikman was pointing out early in the game, he was turning down open receivers, which he has done that some this year, but I thought it was a little more egregious tonight, so that's not a great development. We'll see how he's able to bounce back, if at all, next week. I still like what I've seen from him this year at times, but it's been very roller coastery. I mean, Keenan Allen, if you look at the raw stat line, you're like, 6 for 82 and a touchdown, pretty awesome. I mean, 13 targets, and I think he dropped 4 of the 7 that he did not catch. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it's just like, how does he keep dropping these passes? I mean, only the Bears could acquire a guy going to the Hall of Fame in all likelihood, and he has by far the worst year of his career. By far. And it's not just because, like, the Bears' offense isn't good. He's just dropping passes. I mean, it's crazy what's happening with Keenan Allen. I do not think he'll be back next year. I would play Tyler Scott the last 3 games. I think you got to take a look at some young guys who are going to be on this team next year. I would be surprised if Keenan's back. Maybe he takes a cheap deal, but why would he? Like, if you're him, go play with some veteran team and try to chase a ring. But you never know. I wouldn't give him real money. I mean, I couldn't go more than $10 million. He's been, speaking of up and down, for his standards, he has not had a good season. Money downs, Bears were terrible. 1 for 12 on 3rd down. I think they were 0 for 2 on 4th, 1 for 3 on 4th. I guess they converted one. Yeah, the Keenan Allen touchdown was on 4th and 10, actually. Penalties, sloppy again. I mean, it's just, this team's just done. I mean, I tweeted this out at halftime. It's one thing to be bad. It's another thing to be bad and boring. We've reached the bad and boring part of the season. There was a stretch there, even during this losing streak. It's like, this team's not boring. Like, the first 3 games against the NFC North teams, they're battling, they're fighting, they're scratching, they're clawing. They just came out on the wrong end of these games tonight. It's just like, if Darnold honestly played better, this game would not have been that close. I thought he was pretty all over the place for the first 2.5, 3 quarters before heating up late. But, yeah, it's kind of hard to even just, like, make this a true post-game show. I think you start talking big picture here when you think about this team, which I will do here in a moment. But I want you guys to answer this, and then we're going to talk about our sponsor. Should Ryan Poles be the Bears GM next year? Like, should he be the GM? I would probably type my in for no. We're going to talk about that on the other side. Guys disappointing, having bad seasons. It's just not looking great for him right now. It's not looking great for Ryan Poles. Type Y for yes, he should be here. Type N for no, he should not. All right, before we talk about Poles and the state of the team moving forward, check out PrizePicks. Daily fantasy made easy at PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play for just $5. Doesn't matter if you win or lose that $5 entry, you are going to get a $50 bonus. Link is in the comments and description of this video. Listen, I had my worst year ever in my season-long fantasy league, but that's where PrizePicks comes into play. New lineups every single day, different players you can play with, lots of awesome options and players and teams and sports. You can cross over your sports with your plays. You can win up to 1,000 times your money on certain entries right now. Didn't hit tonight. If Keenan Allen didn't have 4 drops, Caleb probably would have hit the more than 226.5, but not meant to be. Jetta did find the end zone, but that's where the bonus $50 comes into play. So use code CLNS when you sign up and get a $50 bonus when you play for just $5. PrizePicks is available in more than 30 states. Get started today at PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. All right, we got to have a Ryan Poles conversation. They showed him late in the game, and he didn't exactly seem inspired by his team's performance. There's just too many players that feel like non-factors. I mean, think about the third-round picks he has made, right? His first year, Velus Jones, off the team. Not only you can't even say non-factor. He was a factor for the other teams the Bears were playing. He was a negative. Last year's third-round pick, Zach Pickens, non-factor. Like, he's a below-average backup. Like, he's a fringe NFL player, I would say. Third-round pick this year, Keenan Allen, who started at left tackle, which I agree with the decision, right? See what the kid can do, throw him into the fire, see what happens. He was atrocious. Keenan Allen had no chance tonight. And some of this is on the coaching, too. You cannot leave Keenan Allen on an island with Jonathan Grenard on a 3rd and 9, a clear passing down early in the game. Crowd's rocking. You're in field goal range. At worst, you're down 3-0 there. You got to get a field goal attempt. Caleb Williams had no chance, and you got strip sacked. No chance. He completely whiffed. Travis Homer or Cole Kmet, somebody's got to be chipping there. So that's bad coaching. But regardless, you took a guy who was extremely raw, coming off a severe injury, out of Yale in the 3rd round. Can't play. Now, maybe he turns into a serviceable backup. Maybe you try him at guard. I think he might be better as a guard. He seems more powerful than he does agile. He was getting beat with speed all night long. But that has not worked out. Tyreek Stevenson, who I liked a lot after his rookie season ended. It's not the second half of his rookie year. He's one of the best rookie corners in the second half of last season. He just never knows when to shut the fuck up, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be blunt, but like he interferes in the end zone. It wasn't an egregious PI, but it was a PI on a ball he picks off, which would have been a second of the night. Had a pick earlier on a nice play on a 4th down, although ironically, if he just bats it down, it's better field position. But I'm not going to blame him for that. He batted a ball earlier in the year, which turned into a caught Hail Mary. So just squeeze the ball. I'll take it. But and then he's just yapping after the PI. Just yap. It's like, dude, you're getting blown out. Shut the hell up. I'm so sick of it. Like the attitude of this team is just trash, dude. It really, really is. Like they don't get it. The awareness is just atrocious. It really, really is. So he's regressed. TJ Edwards has regressed. Tremaine Edmonds has regressed. I think when you add up Poles' full resume as the Bears head coach, especially with the Eberflus stuff, there's more negative than positive at this point. There really, really is. And this team needs a new voice. This team needs a new direction. Can Kevin Warren on his own pick the right leaders? I don't know. If you fire Poles, you're probably going to have to use some kind of search firm to help him make these football hires. So that always is a sketchy route. But what else are you going to do? Like, is Poles going to get this right? I don't see how you can have confidence. I wouldn't have confidence either way. I think you're kind of just hoping it works out. And let's be honest. The Bears' track record of making hires for well over a decade now has not been good. So we're taking a leap of faith regardless, but something's not working, man. Like, too many players have regressed. This team has just taken a step backwards. It's just not good. And it's not just, well, you're in the worst division of football. No, you're just not a good football team. Period, end of story. So I don't know where this thing goes. I need this season to end. Like the video if you agree. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to cover this thing every day. Adam Schefter had some notes on the coaching search before the game. We'll probably hit that tomorrow. Not sure if we'll go live tomorrow. I'm still, you guys can tell, a little under the weather. Have some videos, but yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm battling here. Doesn't feel like the Bears are battling much. Vikings win 30-12. Bears last 3 games. Detroit at home, Seattle at home, at Green Bay. Feels like 11 straight losses to me.